Hey YouTube, it's Sarah, and I wanted to do an update about our Disney trip today. We've already gone on our trip. It is done, it's over, we're home, and that was actually 3 weeks ago, I think, give or take. I didn't get to finish all the videos I wanted to do beforehand because I was having issues with my camera, so I still plan on getting some of them done. They're just going to be after the fact. But today I wanted to tell you, start telling you about our trip because it was so much fun. We had the best time. It was fantastic. Taylor did amazing, and I wanted to share with you what we did. I'm probably going to do this like a day by day because I'm going to go into some detail, and I don't want the video to be insanely long. So today I wanted to talk about, I'm actually going to pair our first 2 days together. The first one was just a travel day, so there's not as much to talk about, so that's why. So anyways, first I'll just get started. We live in the Philadelphia area, and we were flying out the same day that the Pope was coming in for the world meeting, and you can imagine if you live anywhere in the area or near the cities that he visited while he was here, you probably know that the media and the authorities really just scared the crap out of everybody. Specifically, like here, they closed down most of the main highways. They closed down all of the streets in like this area, this box area that he was going to be staying in down in the city, and you couldn't get in by car. You could only get into those areas by foot. Even public transportation was shut down in those areas. You could drive up to those areas, and then you had to get out and walk in. One of the highways, I believe they shut it down and actually used the highway as a parking lot because they expected so many people. And they were starting to they shut roads down basically like Friday night before, and he arrived Saturday morning. Well, we were due to fly out Saturday afternoon. So basically, because of all the hype, and I work in a hair salon, and we had clients coming in all day long, like, oh my god, I heard this on the news, they said this now. So basically, we were like, maybe we should just get a hotel room Friday night, that way it doesn't take us 5 hours to get to the airport and then possibly miss our flight. Especially, I didn't want to sit in the car for that long with a 2-year-old, because they were basically saying it's going to be good luck trying to get there. So we gave in like 6 o'clock Friday night. We found a hotel down by the airport, and after I got off work that night, came home, had dinner, finished packing, got everything, met up with our friends, and we went down and stayed at a hotel room right by the airport. We got up the next morning. We were able to like take our time, have breakfast, and then head over to the airport instead of getting up and being rushed to have to jump in the car, which was nice. However, we got up and there was no traffic whatsoever. So we totally could have driven down, but you know, it's better this way because, you know, if we didn't, they probably would have been tons of traffic and we would have been late or something. So it was fine. I was more relaxed. It was less stressful, so it's fine. So we got there, you know, we got to the airport in plenty of time. We had lunch, and then we got on our flight. It was not delayed. It was perfect. Taylor did awesome on the flight. She always has done pretty well on the flights. This is her 4th trip on a plane, so she's, you know, she's a pro, I guess. It is a little difficult with a toddler because you have to be engaged with her 110% of the time. Like, you don't get a break. I had a carry-on for her full of tons of activities, coloring books and markers and stickers and like magnetic paper dolls and just all kinds of stuff, snacks, everything. She didn't use any of it. None of it. We opened one coloring book. She played with the stickers for a little bit from the little activity pack that we opened. Other than that, she just wanted to watch my tablet, which I had brought for her. I had wanted to use it as a last resort, but in the end, it was the only thing she wanted. She knew, I think from flying before, that she can watch Mickey Mouse on there, so that's what we did. So it could have been a lot worse, though. It's fine. I'm not going to complain about it. On an airplane, I just want to keep her happy so she's not like screaming. Or the hardest part is like taking off and landing because she does not want to sit down and she does not want to be buckled in. So that gets a little hectic and stressful when you're trying to argue with a 2-year-old who doesn't see logic. But otherwise good. Our flight was at 2 in the afternoon, so of course she didn't take a nap, and she doesn't really sleep on airplanes because there's too much going on. So we got there, we got off, we did the Magical Express because we were staying on site, and we got down to where we had gate checked the stroller, so we had the stroller. So we put her in it, we get down to the Magical Express line, they tell us which line to go into, and we got there to wait for the bus, and she passed out. But of course, it didn't take that long for the bus to get there, which is great. However, she only slept for like 10 minutes. So then we got on the bus, we got to the resort, we stayed at the Coronado Springs, it was beautiful. We have no complaints there. It was a huge resort, much bigger than some of the others, I think. But I'm okay with that because of the fact that it's so big, they have their own bus system, which is awesome. So the only time you would have to, go to another resort is on the Magical Express. When you're going to the parks and using their buses, you don't stop at another resort. It's awesome. You just go straight there. So totally worth it, in my opinion. Anyway, so that day since it was late by the time we got there, I think we didn't get to the resort till 6 or something, maybe just before 6. So we got checked in, which we didn't even have to go get checked in because I did online check-in, and so they text us our room number and everything, and since we had magic bands, they're your room key, and it's awesome. But we went anyways because our friends had to. I don't know if they did online check-in or not, I can't remember, but we wanted to get our buttons, our pins, because Taylor got a first-time one. I got a birthday one because we were celebrating my birthday, and then our friends got anniversary ones because their anniversary was while we were there. So my husband was the only one who didn't have one, but not that he cared. So we got those. We got to our rooms, and our order from Garden Grocer was already at the resort when we got there, so that's awesome. By the way, I totally recommend that. We ordered breakfast foods, snacks for Taylor, a case of water, some Coke and some Sprite, and sunscreen and diapers, so I didn't have to travel with 100. So awesome, totally worth it. Would definitely do it again. That was already there, so we didn't have to worry about that. So really all we did was once we kind of got unpacked, which we couldn't really unpack because we didn't have our luggage yet, we went and got dinner, got our refillable mugs, which are adorable. And then we went back to our room to change into our swimsuits so we could go to the pool because it was late, and we considered going to Magic Kingdom because they had extra magic hours that night, but we decided that it was just a long day. So we went back and our luggage was there, yay! So we got changed into our swimming suits, went to the pool, hung out for a while, came back, and then went to bed. And not that we went to bed early, I think it was still almost 11 o'clock, but Taylor was awesome. She did so well for getting a 10-minute nap, and she was having fun. She didn't want to leave the pool. But another thing that I was worried about with the room, I kind of wanted to do a suite or something because of having her. She slept in a pack and play the whole time, but I was afraid that if she was in the room with us, she wouldn't sleep, or we would have to have the lights off and the TV off, and we'd just have to try to sleep too, even if we weren't tired, kind of thing. But at the Coronado Springs, their vanity area with the sink and all that has 2 big wooden doors that close in front of it. So we put the pack and play in there. It fit nicely. We were able to close the doors. It blocked out all the light and almost all the sound. And plus we had her sound machine in there with her. So she slept, no problem. It was fantastic. And then we were going so much. She slept so hard. If we needed to go to the bathroom, we could sneak in there and go, and she wouldn't even wake up. It was great. So that was awesome. Then the next morning I really wanted to see Rope Drop at Magic Kingdom. It was our first Magic Kingdom day, and what better way to start your vacation than going to Magic Kingdom? So we were there. We were up at 7:30, got the first bus out, got to park before Rope Drop, and got to see the show, and it was fantastic. Mostly because it was our first time seeing the characters. Taylor had no idea really she knew the concept of going to Disney World and that Mickey would be there, but she really didn't know what was in store for her. So we got there, and she was so excited, and she was clapping and just glued to watching them, and I teared up because I was so excited for her. It was great. Then we went in, and oh man, what didn't we do? So the first day, we first had reservations at the Crystal Palace for breakfast. So we went in there, we got seated pretty easily, and then where they sat us was right in line for the characters coming. So like, if we didn't get there when we did, we would have missed them, and we would have had to wait for them to go all the way around the restaurant and come back to us. But we were right in front of where they were coming. So basically, we got to our table, I pulled my autograph book out, and then there was Pooh. I was like, okay. So we got his picture and autograph, and then I think we had a few minutes, so I hurried and went and got food for me and Taylor, came back, and then I think it was Tigger that was next. I don't remember. One of them was in there, so we really didn't have a lot of time. They were just boom, 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 which was awesome. And then so some of us didn't get to even eat until afterwards, but we got our pictures, we got autographs, and then it was really adorable because since I had my birthday button on, they brought me a cupcake and a birthday card signed by the characters, and it was breakfast, and I'm not a big sweets person to begin with, so I was like, okay, I have a cupcake for breakfast. Great. It was really adorable, and I love that they did that, but I was like, don't really want to eat this right now. Taylor, on the other hand, as soon as she saw it, kept saying, cake, cake, so I was like, okay, well, you did eat some breakfast. We're on vacation. I'll let you have some cupcake. So she had some cupcake for breakfast. Mom of the year. But I got really cute pictures, right? Anyways, so after that, we hung out in like Adventureland, Frontierland, and Liberty Square. And so we did as much as we could there. We did everything. The longest line we waited in that day was for the Jungle Cruise. And that was like half an hour or something. It wasn't really terrible. Because I had fast passed, well, I had really done my research. We knew we were splitting the park up into 2 days, so we were doing half the park this day and half the park this day. So all our fast passes were going to be over here for the first day. So I made sure to fast pass the things that are going to have the most wait. Pirates of the Caribbean was supposed to open like 2 days before from refurbishment. So I booked a fast pass for it because A, it's been down, and B, it just has a long wait anyway, I think. So I did that. What else did we have fast passed? Haunted Mansion, and I cannot remember the other one. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, while we were standing in line for Jungle Cruise, I got the text saying that Pirates was down, so we had to use our fast pass somewhere else, or if it would open back up, it would be, we could use it the rest of the day. They would honor it. So we waited because we wanted to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. And our friends, when they had been there before, that was down, I guess, when they were there and weren't able to ride it. So basically we had to keep checking back all day. It was eventually open, and we did get to ride it, and it was great. We did the Magic Carpet rides, Aladdin's ride, and Taylor loved that. We rode that a couple times because she really enjoyed that. And we took her like on everything. If it was any height, we took her on it. So like that afternoon, we had a fast pass for the Haunted Mansion, and we took her on that, and she did fine. I guess she's at that like age where nothing really bothers her yet. Like she doesn't quite understand, so it doesn't like scare her kind of thing. So she did great with that too. What else did we do? We saw the parade for the Move It, Shake It, whatever that dance party is. We only saw the tail end of the parade because we just weren't able to make it to the party like I wanted to. But we got to see the little bit of the parade, so that was good, and she loved that. We saw most of Dream Along with Mickey. I wanted to stand and watch it, but it was so hot in the beating sun, as I'm sure it is often because there's no shade. So we stood there for the first half of it, and we saw a good part of it, and it was so cool to see them up there, and Taylor just loved it. But then we ended up leaving just because it was so hot, and so we went and got lunch, and we went to Pico's Bills because I really wanted to try them, and we just happened to be right there. And basically, Taylor finally passed out. I think it was almost 3. And so we just sat there, eating, and we let her sleep in her stroller because she was exhausted. And then we heard the start of the Festival of Fantasy Parade. So my friend and I, we went out and watched the parade, and that was awesome. And because I really wanted to see it while we were there. Taylor never got to see it. The guys never got to see it, but we got to see it, my friend and I. So we got some really cool pictures because we managed to be right up front. And then I know that afternoon we did the railroad. And every time we saw a photo pass photographer, if there was no line, we stopped because we wanted to take advantage of that. So I will definitely try to insert some of those pictures in here so you can see them. Let's see, what else did we do? I know we did kind of venture into Fantasyland because we did It's a Small World for Taylor, which my husband hates that because of this song, but we did it. And then we rode the Prince Charming's Carousel, Regal Carousel, I can't remember what it's called. We rode that a bunch throughout both days that we were at Magic Kingdom because that was one ride Taylor loved. She like points to it, horsies, horsies. She loves it, so we took her. And we pretty much we did so much. I don't have the list in front of me. I should have had that. But we did pretty much everything in those 3 lands. And then by, I guess it was about 6. Maybe it was like 5. Our friends, they weren't staying for the Halloween party that night, and we were. So they went on. They were going to go over to Epcot to try to do the Food and Wine Festival, but it actually started pouring rain, so they ended up just going back to the room. But we toughed it out at the Halloween party. So we got dinner over at Friar Tuck's because they had mac and cheese, and that's Taylor's favorite food. And while we were standing over there, we went over there, and it was pouring rain. So, I mean, like pouring. So we managed to get our ponchos on and everything, and then I noticed Cinderella and Rapunzel have a 10-minute wait. So I was like, let's go. So we went over there and did that while it was raining, which was awesome because then by the time we got out, it had stopped raining pretty much. There was like no wait. There was not 10 minutes long. It was great. And so Taylor got to meet Cinderella and Rapunzel, and so did I. And then we went, grabbed dinner, and after that, it was like done raining. So we went over to try to catch the show, the Hocus Pocus show, because I wanted to see that. And it was canceled due to the rain. The stage and everything was still wet. They couldn't get it dried off in time, so they just had to cancel it. So they came out and they sang I Put a Spell on You, and that was all they sang, and then they went away. And so then we're like, okay, well, we're here. We'll see the first parade. Well, we were right in the middle of the street, and by the time my husband realized what was going on, you couldn't get a seat at the curb. Just could not get one. So we missed the first parade, and I was bummed because I had planned on leaving a little early so that we could get Taylor to bed at a decent time, but didn't happen. So we went and we met Jack Sparrow instead, and that was cool. We did have to wait a little bit for him because he took a break, but it really wasn't bad. I think we waited maybe like 20-30 minutes tops. That was it. And then we rode more rides. I think we took Taylor on the Aladdin's Magic Carpet rides again. And then we kind of ventured over to Fantasyland and we rode the Pooh ride. Actually, that might have been all we rode right then. And then we hightailed it back to the hub to see the fireworks. We got to see them, and Taylor is obsessed with fireworks. She calls them boomers, and every night we were there, it was boomers, boomers. Luckily, she got to see them quite a few times. And then since we were there late, we managed to get a good spot for the second parade. And in between was the Hocus Pocus show. So I went, my husband held our spot for the parade. I went and kind of found a spot to watch the show. I was really far back this time, so I couldn't see it very well, but I did see it, and it was really cool. And then I went back over and waited with him for the parade. We saw the parade, which was fantastic, and we were right up front. So again, I've got some great pictures. And then after that, we like hopped in right behind the cast members at the end of the parade, and we followed them out. And then we got back to the room and passed out because it was an insanely long day, but it was so awesome, and it was like the perfect first day. So I'm actually going to stop here before I head on to the next day because I'm already at like 20 minutes, and I know that it's going to be hard for some of you to sit and watch this, but it was such a good time, and I really look forward to going back, and my next video will be about Hollywood Studios. So I'll talk to you later.